you take action on those thoughts, because it comes down to massive action on the right things. You can't just be busy and not making any money. I see a lot of contractors that are just yes, yes, yes. They say yes to all these jobs at low margin work, but then they're like scrambling and they don't have systems built. So it's like this thing of like, you know what I mean?
Would love to hit some of the mindset stuff we talked about,
Yeah.
kind of, because
Yeah,
since you already kind of brought that up, how the different layers, it becomes even more and more complex. So at one point it goes beyond just your trade knowledge. Now you have to start recruiting different kind of information that maybe not all tradespeople are aware that if they really want to level up, they're going to have to start consuming some different content and different knowledge. So yeah,
yeah.
I think that would be super useful.
I want to touch on what 10 plus years of entrepreneurship, really it's 15 years, but 10 plus years of owning, well, 8 plus years of owning J-Lane, we'll just call it 15 years of entrepreneurship in general, has taught me. When I first started J-Lane, I never would have thought I would have been to this point, at this point, 8 years, 15 million. It's really, J-Lane has made a stake in the marketplace in Florida as far as one of the premier and highest rated and larger on social media type general contractors, especially with the whole NFT thing. It's really fun. Like the Suit Club, if you missed me talking about it before, it's a business club that I started. You have to have an NFT of mine. It's just literally, I was like me in a cartoon like suit with all these different suit aspects, like star suits, cloud suits, like, and if you buy a golden suit, you get like all this extra special layer of business stuff, and I'll fly you out to come meet me, and like just really, really cool stuff. It's 1 Ethereum to buy one of those, but most of the other classic suits are 0.08. All the other classic suits are 0.08. There's 2,400 of those, and then 100 of the golden suits. Anyways, so like I've realized like what all these years of entrepreneurship has taught me is you have to have the vision for the team. And my vision for my company is to be a light in the marketplace and really give back, like supporting missionaries. And like, I'm a Christian man. So like a lot of this really kind of ties back to my relationship with God, and how he's using this business even more. And so that's like my ultimate goal. And I want to like really keep employees happy and fulfilled, and like define what each little employee, wants out of life and wants out of his or her job. And so, but me, for my business, I want to do it different. Using technology to its fullest capacity is a huge thing. But this journey has not been easy. There's a lot of like struggle that it takes to get to this point. And, I started with a lot of small projects, but now we're doing some, we're 15 million a year. So we're doing a lot of $3 to $8 million jobs kind of thing. But we do sometimes take on some jobs like $250,000 jobs, or like we really kind of tell people like we're not going to take on anything definitely under $100,000. But for the right client, it really does make sense to, like, there's this $300,000 job for this huge multifamily developer for her, like a flip house for himself. It's like this, like skim the roof and like do all the structural engineering and like build a whole 2nd story addition for this guy. But I went out and looked at it because he's like the largest, most influential developer in Jacksonville. And so, yeah, but now we're just really focusing on the larger projects. And it really does come down to the thoughts that you're thinking and the massive action you take behind those thoughts. So it takes a level of brainstorming, thinking, and you're getting into a personal space of development and thought for you to have those thoughts that are then written down, into notes or whatever. And then you take action on those thoughts, because it comes down to massive action on the right things. You can't just be busy and not making any money. I see a lot of contractors that are just yes, yes, yes. They say yes to all these jobs at low margin work, but then they're like scrambling and they don't have systems built. So it's like this thing of like, you know what I mean? Then you want to really focus on making amazing content, because I think content is the future as far as getting your name out there and having people trust you before they even call you. And so, and then as far as what entrepreneurship has taught me, realizing that everything does ultimately fall on your lap as the entrepreneur. So that's been a big thing for me to like overcome. But also guarding yourself. there's a brain space that I was just talking about that you have to guard, and people are going to really pull on that, especially as you are posting online, you're getting a little bit, maybe a little bit more influential in the community or blah, blah, blah. You have to really put a fence up around your brain space, because even people are like, let's hang out or let's this, but if you have something that you got to get done, you have to really guard that brain space. And that's another aspect of that, is delegating the small things. You know, I don't grocery shop, I don't mow my own lawn, or I don't do all these like little piddly things that are low hanging fruit that anybody could go pull off the tree of low hanging fruit. You really, like, there's apps, you know, just get Publix in Florida, Publix delivery, like whatever, like you can figure out these ways to do that. And then obviously with the employees that you hire, you can have interns do a lot of these little small things for you that, look, it might not get done 100% how you would have done it, but you have to get 100% perfect, the big visionary stuff. If this ship is going to be crashing, metaphorically, then you have to get your hand on the wheel and focus on that, not picking out your peanut butter at the grocery store. So
I heard something today, actually, that we all have alarms on, you know, for our house. We have an alarm for our car because we love it. So we need to kind of build in this alarm for our focus. Like anytime someone tries to disrupt our focus, we need to set off an alarm, like, hey, something's happening. You're coming in on my focus. So I like that.
Exactly. So always guarding yourself, always focusing on self-improvement, self-development. Again, getting back to those, focusing on the systems and actually building them, spending the time doing that. If you're not doing your grocery shopping and everything like that, then you can really actually focus on building those systems. And then the whole point is to then let other people run your business using those systems. And you're not just building systems to build systems, you're building systems to have people run your business using those systems. And so, thank you. Long story short, life can be limitless depending on how large you think and how much massive action you take. So, you know, that's ultimately what it comes down to. Thinking larger thoughts and then taking action accordingly.